Well, today I was inspired by the golf course, and just thinking about things in life. And as a matter of fact, I was just on the phone talking to Kevin Dixon and Janice Dixon, and we were talking about I call it the plantation. A lot of people don't like me calling it that. The job, the jump out of bed, the just over broke, the job. And as long as they're giving you a check, they kind of control you. They control your thoughts. They control what you can do and can't do, what you can say, can't say. Can't talk about your opportunity, can't talk about your business. They just kind of create an atmosphere where they really just kind of controlling you. And I want to talk a little bit about the system today, what a system is, how a system works, and how you benefit from a system. And what inspired this was two things. One, being on the golf course, and two, it was a scene that I saw in a movie. If you ever saw, you say, Kevin, you love the golf? Okay, all right, well, we're gonna have to play a couple rounds, man. Let me know when you're back down in Florida. We'll set it up and we'll go play a couple rounds. But I was inspired by a scene. If you haven't watched a movie called The Founder, where they talk about Ray Kroc and how he founded McDonald's and the whole story about McDonald's. It's a powerful movie. You want to watch it. You want to check it out. But there was a scene in there that it really blew me away. They were on the golf course. They were playing. And you got to watch the whole movie to kind of get what made him get to this scene. But anyway, Ray Kroc had sold two of his friends the McDonald's franchise, and they had money. They was already successful in life. He already told me it'd be a good investment, so he sold them the franchise, and they were building the franchise. So he went around and he was looking at their franchise, see how they were making their hamburgers, how they were treating the customers, and how they were building their business. And he noticed that, man, they wasn't flipping the hamburgers the way they were supposed to. They weren't putting just 2 pickles on the hamburgers like they were supposed to. They were selling chicken there. They was selling other types of food. And he took this one hamburger. It had lettuce on it. It had 3 pickles. And he walked up to him on the golf course and he slapped him in the chest with this hamburger. He's like, "What is this, Bill?" And he was like, "It looked like a hamburger, Ray. What does it look like to you?" He was like, "That's not our hamburger. It's got 3 pickles on there instead of having 2 pickles. It's got lettuce on there. We don't put lettuce on our hamburgers. This is not McDonald's." And he was like, "And you selling fried chicken?" And he's like, "People like fried chicken, Ray." He was like, "That's not the system. That's not McDonald's." And it was a real funny scene in the movie. And if you haven't seen it, and if you're an entrepreneur, shout out. Make sure you watch The Founders. This is an incredible movie. It really gives you a lot of golden nuggets on business and being an entrepreneur and a business owner. So you definitely want to go ahead and check that movie out there. They just hit them a couple of holes and they're heading on over there to get it further on down. But anyway, check the movie out. But what I wanted to really talk about is a system is what does 2 things for you when it comes to a system. You can either work for the system or you can own or use a system. But the system is what makes you money. Let me explain. The system is what makes the money. It wasn't the hamburger that Ray Kroc was so excited about selling hamburgers. It was the system that they developed on turning beef into cash. And in that scenario, there were several types of people. You had the people that was inside the McDonald's that was flipping the hamburgers that worked a job. They were flipping hamburgers for a paycheck. But then there were the 2 gentlemen that was on the golf course. They weren't at the McDonald's. They weren't flipping hamburgers, but they were still making money because they owned the system and they were using the system. But the system is what creates wealth. The system is what gets you out of the rat race. So there's some things you got to look for in life. Is there a system out there that you can get, that you can purchase, that you can use to help leverage your time, your energy, and your money so you can become free? Because I remember the days being in the mechanic shop, working on somebody's car. Here on Wednesday, the middle of the week, You know, I'm ticked off. I'm hot. I'm working on their car. And some dudes pulls up. You know, he's got a nice Mercedes. And, you know, he got a nail in his tire. And I got to fix this tire. And I go to fix his tire. He's like, oh, let me get my golf bag out the way. He's got to get the golf bag out the trunk and get it out the way. And he's got on nice fancy shoes, dressed up real nice collared shirt. In the middle of the day, he was playing golf, just like these people you saw riding by, playing golf. But in the middle of the day, I was at the tire shop, stressed out, worried about fixing the nail in this person's tires because I was working for the system. I wasn't using a system, and I didn't own a system. But the system is what creates you wealth. You see these people out here on the golf course in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, they're not at a job. It is a reason why. They have found a system that works for them. And they work that system that's out there saving themselves time, energy, and money so they can afford to be here on the golf course in the middle of the day. When most people are in their cubicles, they're in the office, they're in the tire shops, they're at the salons, stressed out, worrying about working for a paycheck just so they can pay the bills. So the secret is the system. So what do you got to do? You got to get out of the system of being just working for a paycheck in the system. There's nothing wrong for working for a paycheck in the system. But on the weekends, part-time, on your downtime, you have to find a system that you can either purchase, a franchise system, or utilize someone direct sales selling system or network marketing system to leverage your time, your energy, and your money so you can experience true freedom. Look, guys, it's people out here. It's not many. There isn't many people in the middle of the day on the golf course playing golf. It's right now it's me, myself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people in the middle of the day. But go to any job right now. Go to any cubicle. Go to any office. Go to any warehouse. You have 600 people there. What is the difference? What's the difference? Ask yourself that. What is the difference between the 6 people that are on the golf course and the 60 people that's in your office right now? Or the 600 people that's in your warehouse working? Or the 60 mechanics that's in the tire shop working with you? What is the difference between the 6 people on the golf course and the 60, 600, 6,000, 6 million people that's working today in your city, in your neighborhood, and in your community for the paycheck? They're just working in the system for the paycheck. You got to find a way, number one, to get out of the system. And then find a system that you can leverage, that you can use. A marketing system, a franchise system, a real estate system. I don't care what system you get out with. But find one that you can use, that you're passionate about, that you can leverage and use it every day. Now, here's the thing. When you find a system that works, don't try to reinvent it. You know, that's what those gentlemen did when Ray Kroc slapped that hamburger on their chest when they was on the golf course. They were trying to reinvent his McDonald's system. They were trying to put 3 pickles on the hamburger instead of 2. They were frying chicken in there instead of just selling hamburgers. So the second thing is, once you find a system, don't try to reinvent the system. Let the system work. Use the system. Be passionate about using the system. Then the next thing you do, you got to focus in on, is selling and promoting the system. See, Ray Kroc, he wasn't selling hamburgers, y'all. He wasn't selling French fries, and he wasn't selling soda pops. He was selling and promoting his system. That's what he was selling and promoting, because he knew the system was what creates the wealth. It wasn't selling hamburgers. It wasn't selling the French fries. It was selling and promoting that system that helps a person to be able to make more money in less time. And the last story I'm going to leave with you is once you find a system that works, you're promoting it, you're using it, is then you have to make sure you're promoting and selling it to the right people. When he went on the golf course and he slapped the hamburgers in those guys' chests, they didn't care. They were like, oh, hey, we're going to sell chicken. We're going to sell this. And he started noticing that, you know what? I need to find people that are going to duplicate and follow my system. So he found this one gentleman that came into his office, and he was selling Bibles. And he was like, what is a Jew doing selling, Christian Bibles? And he was like, hey, I got to do something to feed my family and take care of my family. He's like, well, I might have something for you. And he sat down with him and his wife, and he shared with them the Ray Kroc system on how they can become a part of McDonald's franchise and use this franchise system. And they eventually become free from doing that. So you got to make sure you're selling and promoting your system with the right people and not wasting your time with people that do not want to follow your system. So with that being said, I'm going to get back to enjoying the day out here. Try to get a little bit in before the rain gets started. Take care. God bless. And I truly look forward to seeing each and every one of you on the beaches of the world. Have a phenomenal day.